Just checking that was recording.
Laughed at all his words. I thought he was a bitter man. He spoke of women's ways, the trap you'd and the use you before you eat.
Hey, so making a video of some of our fondest memories of Dad. So I thought I'd just come up with a couple of small ones, just home from work. I always remember the time when I was about 6 and wanted to go out one night, and it was one of the first times I remember being in the car at night, and Dad brought me down to a pub and got me a bar of chocolate and a packet of crisps, and we just sat around for probably about 20 minutes, and then we went home. And I can just remember I just asked Dad if I wanted to go out for a bit, and he just said that he did, and it was really nice, and it's one of the memories that I have. Another great one was when I was a kid and I wanted to get a game. I wanted to get Zelda for the Nintendo 64, and I wanted to rent it. And we went down to the rental place and they didn't have it, and then we went down to Blockbusters, and Dad just surprised me and just bought it for me, and it was really, really nice. And I can remember that, and I still have that game. We have so many good memories. I'm trying to remember specific ones now. I should have written this down. All the times that you brought us up and down to college, up and down to Dublin, you were always so helpful, bringing friends up and down from Dublin. You were always great for doing that.
Well, love is blind and you're far too kind. Don't ever let it show. I wish that I knew what I know now. But when I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. And when I was stronger, the
like the sweet days when we were kids and finishing up our dinner on Fridays, and then Dad would always say that he didn't have the sweets on him, and then we'd have to wait until we'd finished our food. Then he'd go out and they'd be on top of the bin out in the back garden. I don't know why we never really copped onto that he'd always put them over the fence and onto the bin. So that was always very funny. And I can remember once Dad we made a campfire in the back of the garden in England, and we brought out a frying pan and cooked eggs on it. It was me. I can definitely remember it was me and Jess. I can't remember if Emily was there at that time. And no, we've had a lot of fond memories. Too many to be recorded in a short video. But I love you, Dad, and happy birthday. Bye.
steal your heart away. The backstage back on earth again. The dressing rooms are great. They come on strong and it ain't too long, but I make you feel a man. But love is blind and you soon will find you're just a boy again.
Happy birthday, Dad. Just wanted to come on here and do a really quick video of the I suppose some of my fondest memories of you and with you, and a lot of them are from when we were kids and still living here in the UK. I just remember you coming home from work and it being such a treat if you got home, you know, when we were still up and we were still messing about, or if we were allowed to stay up until you came home and came into us and I suppose, you know, put us to bed. You were really, really great when we were really, really small. I remember like having baths and you coming in like your cowboy hat and being dressed up in all different things, and we'd like be screaming from the bath and guessing what you were coming in as next, or you know, what you were going to dress up as. And then if we were really lucky, you'd like give us your shaving foam and let us like have a big pile of shaving foam. Probably caused like, thinking of that actually, when we were in the bath and you used to tell us that we used to have a jacuzzi bath, and then all of a sudden the jacuzzi bath didn't work because our hair might get stuck in it and we drowned, so therefore it was broken. Was it actually ever broken, or was that just applause to stop us from using it? Yeah, I've like been lucky that James has done his video before, and there were so many things that he kind of said that sparked, you know, really good memories on my side as well. But overall, yeah, you've just been absolutely fantastic. For me personally, I remember, you know, being you know, really heartbroken one time when I was away for the summer, and you kind of getting me home and looking after me, and I remember you coming up for me in the airport and, you know, giving me, you know, so much support. I remember that being, yeah, really, really great, and kind of, I suppose, really appreciate that from you. You've been fantastic over the years, and, you know, bringing us as 16, 17-year-old kids over to Kilkenny and with Sean and Pierce and everybody, and putting up with all of us, even though we were probably a bit awkward teenage stage, and you were always great through all of that. And then, yeah, when we were tiny little kids and tiny little tots, and I just remember you doting over Tara and being obsessed with Tara, and I remember lying on your chest and stuff as a kid and watching TV, and, you know, we'd all pile on top of you, and you used to wear a white wife beater, or you, during the summer, like being out in the back garden, and you'd make up games. We'd beg for you to make up new games for us to play, because you used to always be great at making up like different obstacle courses or different things for us to do. And James said about building a fire in the back garden and frying an egg on it. I remember that. I remember thinking that was the coolest thing ever, and begging you for ages afterwards if we could do it again. And you just kept saying we had no matches. So yeah, if I think of, I suppose maybe this isn't the best put together one, and maybe I'll redo it if Emmy wants it a bit more structured, but overall, yeah, I've got really, really fantastic memories with you, Dad. You've been and are absolutely wonderful. Yeah, thank you for everything, and happy birthday. I really look forward to seeing you. Love you.
This is just to wish you a very happy birthday, Sean. You'll be surrounded by everybody that loves you on Saturday. We all love you. We thank you so much for all the support that you've done, from the times that the kids were born up through to the time that we used to play with them in the garden, having stupid funny games and the kids just having a ball, and then to throwing them around in a towel after they had their baths. For all that, we're grateful. For all the financial support, the emotional support, and everything else along the way. We have had our ups and downs, but we're all still together. We're all still having a bit of fun, and we love you. Happy birthday, my love. Bye.
When you wanna live, you get a cheek, makes you wonder where you are. If you want some more, then she's fast asleep. Did you twinkling with the stars? For a young grandson, there's nothing I can say. You have to learn just like me, and that's the hardest way. Ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la, yeah.
Happy 65th birthday, Dad. Love, your youngest and your favourite. So I think I have so many memories of you, mostly because you're my father, and that, you know, that happens. But I think one of the most important and significant ones kind of for me was when me, you and Mum were living together. That sounds really weird, but it was when you and Mum were living together. It was really intense, and it was hard. I think it was hard for all of us. It did get quite intense. but some of the mornings, if you know what, if you knew I was upset or just really couldn't hack school or life that day, you coming up and sitting on the bed and just being like, are you sure, are you okay for today, like, are you up for today? And that was really, really important for me, because it kind of made me feel like I wasn't alone. No matter how alone I felt in school or in life in general, I knew I wasn't alone, and that was really, really important to me. And I know I couldn't have said it at the time because I didn't know how, but looking back, that was really significant for me, and it was a really nice memory to have. Another memory, completely off topic, is you having chewing gums and being in the car in the morning and being like, Dad, do you have any chewing gums? Yeah, can I have a pack? It wasn't even can I have a pack, it's if you allowed us to have the pack. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Or you asking for the pack and it being Wednesday and you being like, I gave you a pack on Monday, and it's been like, it's not here. I've so many memories of you. A lot of my growing up childhood memories was of you just playing with us and just having us as kids and enjoying our company when we were kids, and us not talking back, you know, the important aspects of childhood. But I must say, you've been such a fantastic father. You've been a role model, a life mentor. I know we've very different outlooks and things, but I do think we're very similar in a lot of ways, and it's something I definitely pride myself on now, being able to say, oh, I am a Roddy, I am a leader, and it's something I completely get from you and can only get from you. But it is something I pride myself on now, and it's something I'm very proud of, and I can't thank you enough for giving me these traits and showing me how to use my strong personality and my intensity at times, and it's really helped me to be who I am today. And without you and Mum and how good you've both been to me, and my family in general, all of them, all 3 families I have, sorry, I'm panicking, I honestly don't think I could be the person I am today, and I just have to thank you. And not only am I talking about past memories, I'm very much looking forward to future memories and future endeavours and future car journeys where we spend long periods of time listening to good tunes. And Hey There Delilah. Oh, that's another very funny memory actually. You showing me and Emily your favourite song, the where do you go to my lovely when you're alone in your bed?
You talk like Marlene Dietrich, and you dance like Zizi Jeanmaire. Your clothes are all made by Balmain, and there's diamonds and pearls in your hair. Yes, there are. You live in a fancy apartment.
I want to start by saying happy birthday, happy 65th birthday. I love you very, very much. You mean the absolute world to me, and I can't thank you enough for everything I have, and every opportunity I've been given is thanks to you and Mum. Even the fact that I get to work hard and try to make a career in dance is up to you giving me the opportunity of living up in Dublin. I couldn't do that without you, and I owe you my life with this apartment and with everything you and Mum do. But yeah, I really owe everything to you, Sean. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you, and I owe you everything, and I'm so grateful. And you're to know and to be raised by somebody so kind and generous and selfless with his time and his money, it's taught me so much, and I love you for that alone. As we all know, you're absolutely cracked, and you can say some pretty mad things that we give out about. I have some fantastic memories. 2 specifically pop up right in my head. Number 1 is three. Number 1, when we were kids, not even kids, still currently, and I say, Sean, pull a silly face, and you're like, no, and I'm like, Sean, pull a silly face, and you're like, no, and then I'm like just staring at you, and you go It gets me every time. Or just playing with your ear when we're driving up in the car, and I just play with your ear and it makes funny noises. Yeah, childhood was gas. And then I have some pretty real and important, really fond memories of just even the last couple of years, even just seeing how supportive you are of all of us, and worried, like genuinely worried, which isn't probably a good thing, but just you're always there for a chat. And I know sometimes you don't know what to say, but even if you just say that, you say, I don't know what to say, Emily, you know this, but just know that I love you and it's going to be okay. And you've got me through some pretty anxious, pretty sad times. And specifically when Brian died and I came home from Aoife's house and I was in bits and I was bawling and you didn't say anything, I just got into bed with you and I cried and you held me and you held my hand all that night, and that meant a lot to me. And in true Sean Roddy fashion, the next morning when we woke up, you said to me, Emily, you should probably use some hand cream. But just know, I love you so much. You mean the world to me, and you're a gas father, but mainly you're supportive in every way, emotionally, financially, physically, every way. You would do anything for us, and I hope you know that we would do anything for you. We all love you very dearly, and I'm so glad where we're at now in our life, and we're best friends, whether you like it or